What is up with it? Today we are back. We are going to be discussing the new structure decks for Shanks and Buggy. But first, shoutouts to all of my MetaFi supporters. I just dropped a free GP guide for all of my $10 MetaFi supporters. So please, if you want a little bit of my insight into green purple Luffy after I got top 64 in the online treasure cup last weekend, please check out the link in the description. But we'll go ahead and check out the Shanks leader first. First of all, this alt art is gas. All the structure decks, all 5 of them, the new alt leaders are like really good in my opinion. But as for the reprints, Hongo, Yasop, Lime Juice, Rue, maybe one day Come On will fight you, but not right now. But yeah, just these 4 cards are like a decent reprint. I mean, they were all already like commons, uncommons, whatever, so like they were already really easy to find, but at least it's not 100% trash as the reprints. But the new cards, all right, so we already saw this one. This one was leaked a few days ago in a Japanese magazine. 9 cost, 10,000 power Shanks. If your opponent has a character with 8,000 base power or more, give this card in your hand -3 cost. On play, if your leader has red hair pirates type or is Uta, your leader gains plus 2,000 power until the end of your turn. Opponent's turn, my apologies. This card reads crazy, like, oh my god, I'm gonna play a 9-beard for 6 cost. But then you think about the conditions in which you will actually play it, and it's not that good. Shanks players basically never play 9-beard already, because it doesn't do anything like especially proactive if you think about it. Like, it boosts your leader, right, which is cool. It helps you survive for a turn, but Shanks already isn't that pressed to survive, and it's the better way to survive is rather than to just like put a band-aid on your Shanks leader by making it temporarily bigger. The better way typically to survive is to either A, like rally their creatures and kill them, B, remove them with like one of the 10-drop Shanks, or C, kill your opponent. So already that's whatever, but that is really sick if you get to play it on 6. The problem is purple Luffy decks are probably the only deck that you'll get to play it on 6. And also 6 cost, like you might think like, oh, but I'll play it like later in the game as a 6-drop. You could potentially do that, and you could put it on the board with like a Lucky Roo if you're at like 10 Dawn, and that's not bad. It's pretty good. But the main issue I find with that is that I think it needs to be exactly Lucky Roo. Because 6 Dawn is just such an awkward number. It's definitely not bad. It's not the worst card ever printed. When I first read it, I thought it was crazy. I thought it was a 6/10 that boosted your leader by 2,000. Oh my god, this card is too custom. But I think it's only particularly good if you get to play it for the 6 Dawn, and I think you playing it for the 6 Dawn will probably not come up as much as you might think. So I'm kind of middling on this card. I think it's okay. And the great news for all of us Shanks haters is that this is where the middling ends and the trash begins. Yasop. Activate main. Once per turn, give up to 1 rested Dawn card to your leader or one of your characters. This already exists. It's just Nami. It was printed in like OPO1 or something. I don't even know. It's a boomer card. This card sucks. We're so back. All right, second card. This was also leaked a couple days ago. So Luffy, 1k counter, 1 cost 2000. Activate main. You may rest one of your Dawn cards and this character. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 1000 during this turn. This is just 2 cost Uta in Lucci compared to Enos Lobby. That's all this is. You just play Enos Lobby. If you want this sort of effect, I'm pretty sure you just play the stage. There's like more differences between the two in this case, but it's like basically that. I mean, you try to put this in your deck and they're just going to remove it, man. Also, you're only going to get the effect once because you're going to turn it sideways and then they're going to swing over it. So, they didn't even give this no clause like Uta, where it's like can't be swung over by leader. If they did that, you know, maybe one day this could see play, but this card's trash. This card is trash. Like you get this is a one-time use for a minus 1000 power. Just play Gordon or Building Snake or something like that at that point, right? Because the thing is, you might think, oh, well, they'll have to swing into it. They're just going to swing into it with their leader. And their leader swing without attaching any Dawn is not a real swing anyways because of your Shanks leader effect. So, like, they get to liquidate that 5k swing that normally they don't get to. So this card is just, like, unbelievably bad, I think, in my opinion. Next, we have Ben Beckman. Also, not good. On play, 1k counter, 4 cost, 5000 power. You may trash 1 card from your hand if your leader has the red hair pirates type. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a 4000 base power or less. If it was just 4000 power and not base 4000, this card might actually be pretty decent. I could see a world where it could do some things. But the fact that it's base so you can't minus it. You can't minus it with like Red Force and then KO. You can't do none of that. What base 4000 are you doing? And they made it KO. Like, at least if it's gonna be this bad. Also, you have to trash a card from your hand. Like, this card is like shockingly bad. This card is like unbelievably bad. In my opinion. I don't know. Maybe y'all know the goo that I don't know. You can kill Robbins and Frankie's versus GP. You could kill 2 cost Teach versus Dofi. You could kill nothing in Blackbeard that's relevant. I guess like a Vasco shot. I don't know. This card sucks. And then lastly, we have the Uta. This is the only other one that is like even remotely playable, I think. If you have a character with 10,000 power or more, give this card in your hand minus 4 cost. So basically, it's a 2k counter, which is nice, but it's not a red-haired pirates, so you can't search it with the 1-drop Uta in Shanks, which is really, really unfortunate. But it's a 2k counter that at the end game becomes a 2-cost blocker. It's okay. I don't really think they'll play it. Maybe. I mean, it's nice that it's kind of sticky being a 6 cost. And it's nice that it's a 2k. But you only get to play it at the end of the game. And even when you do get to play it, it's just literally a 2 cost 4000 power blocker, which is not like the greatest, and it's not searchable. It's okay. It's okay, I guess. Maybe it will see play at some point. Not entirely convinced. All of these also just kind of feel like they should have been printed in like a RP Uta structure deck, by the way. Just my opinion. All right, Buggy. So, first of all, the reprints. This one is crazy. We needed this one badly, I think. So this is huge. Shoutouts Bandai. The rest of these, I don't think there was a single Buggy card that was hard to get. Funny enough, they even reprinted his 10 cost, which is something they did not do for any of the other warlords. They didn't reprint like the 9 Luffy or the 10 drops for the other warlords. So interesting that they decided to do that for just Buggy, but not the other ones. But on to the new cards. These new cards are actually pretty good, in my opinion, in the context of Buggy specifically. So the first one, we have Alvida. If you have 2 or more characters with a base cost of 5 or more, this character gains +1 cost. On play, if your leader is Buggy, draw 3 and trash 2. This card is pretty good. I mean, Buggy needs more cards that keeps up hand advantage because of his leader effect, discarding a card. So this card being able to do that, also being something that can become a 5 cost to help fulfill your Buggy without you needing to actually pay 5 Dawn, is pretty big, right? Because kind of expensive to always be paying 5 Dawn. There's going to be worlds where you're going first and you do like your little combos. You like you're 3 wide and it's your 9 Dawn turn. Like you played like the 6-drop Buggy into something on a turn, and then you played like another 5-drop on another turn or whatever, right? Now it's your 9 Dawn turn. Boom. You can play this. You have 2 5s. You get to draw 3. You get to trash 2. And now you can leader effect, play the 10-drop Buggy. And you're 5 wide, so he doesn't go away. And that could be really good. So I like this card a lot. I think this card will probably be very good on your 9 Dawn turn. Yeah. Yep. Kabaji. 2k counter. If you have 2 or more characters with a base cost of 5 or more, this character gains blocker and +1 cost. Opponent's turn, this character gains plus 5,000 power. So on your opponent's turn, you know, this is a 2k counter that if you have more big dudes next to him is a 4/6 blocker. This is like, in terms of 2Ks, like this is extremely playable. Also, again, helping you fulfill that Buggy cost. So again, you can play this on 9, right? Not going to be as good as the Alvida, but it is going to give you a blocker, so can kind of help you. Next, we have the new 8 cost Crocodile and Mihawk. 8 cost, 7,000 power. I'm a little disappointed that this is so small. Like 7,000 is like kind of pitiful. Like 8 or 9,000 would have been nice, but the text on it is nice, so I get it. On play, draw 2, trash 1. So, you know, again, helping to recur those resources. Then play up to 1 cross guild character card with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. This card is Jinbei and Weevil on 1 card. Once per turn, if your cross guild type characters would be removed from the field by your opponent's effects, you may trash 1 card from your hand instead. Yeah, this card is so good. This card is so good for Buggy, it's unbelievable. Like, you play it, it makes it so that your dudes don't get removed because Buggy struggled into removal. It helps generate a little bit of card advantage by drawing 2 and trashing 1. And it gets to play like a 4 cost. So, you know, you'll play out like this Alvida or maybe this Kabaji, or one of these two. Like, this card is so good. This card is so good for Buggy. Like, this is like, wow. Like, it makes sense why they made it only 7,000 power. That said, if this card was black, probably would have 9,000 power. I don't know. Anyways, on to the next one. This is a Buggy 4 cost, only 1,000 power, 1k counter. Activate main. You may trash 1 card from your hand and trash this character. If your leader is Buggy, play up to 1 cross guild type character with a cost of 6 or less. This card, I'm not sure about this card. I think that Bandai thinks that this card is going to be good. That is my impression, is that they think that this card is going to be good. It's also relevant that it is an activate main. To me, though, this seems expensive. You're basically, you're spending 4 Dawn and trashing 2 cards from your hand to play a 6 from your hand. So you're like spending 2 cards in your hand to like cheat 2 Dawn, which feels pretty underwhelming to me. I'm not sure. This is the number 1 card in this structure deck that I'm not really seeing the vision for. But maybe there's things that it could do. Oh god, this Buggy is a 7 too. I thought this Buggy was a 6, but it plays a 6. Yeah, I'm not sure I really see the vision with this. If this could play this, maybe this would be like sick in some aggro matchups. Because like you play this, which lets you play this like 2 turns early if you're on the even curve. And like in that case, you get to slow their aggression. Also, let me double check the text on this. Okay, yeah, it just plays anything. Okay. Mohiji, another 2K 4 cost, 1000 power. So we're seeing a couple of those here. If you have 2 or more characters with a base cost of 5 or more, this character gains blocker and +1 cost. So again, modular cost and gaining blocker. So kind of the same vision as we were looking at before. And on KO, if your leader is Buggy and you have 3 or less cards in your hand, draw 1 card. This is a 2K that you can put on the board to get that 5 cost, and it can potentially be a blocker. So I think that this could see play in the Buggy deck list. But I guess it also replaces itself when you block with it. Okay, this card's pretty decent. You play it, and then that allows you to play your 10 drop Buggy. And then you block with it and it replaces itself. Because really all you want from it is, like, if you're going to play it realistically, is you want to play it just so that you can, like, put your Buggy on board. And then not only are you getting to put your Buggy on board, but this is like a useless body on the board. So boom, now you just block with it and it replaces itself and it frees up that spot on the board. So that way you can put like maybe another Buggy on the board, or maybe, you know, a Mihawk or something that's actually good. So actually this card's pretty good too. Honestly, in the context of Buggy, all 5 of these cards, at least 4 of the 5, are really good. But I do think Bandai believes that this card is going to be good. So we'll see. We're going to put a pin in this card, but 4 of them I'm pretty sure are good. And I'm hyped. I want Buggy to be good. I'm not sure that this is going to be good enough to put him over the top. I think it entirely depends on his blue-purple matchup. I think versus everything else, he'll probably be really good. Like all the decks that try to beat blue-purple, this deck will beat. Like if they try to play like a low to the ground, kill you strategy, like with Betty or with Zoro, I think you just curb stomp those decks because you play this ignorant floodgate. And versus Teach, I think Teach is going to have a really hard time. Like he has a ton of really good cards, but he is faced with the dilemma, right? Am I going to turn off on plays and am I not going to turn off on plays? If he doesn't turn off on plays, boom, you get to do things like this where you play this and then this plays this. All of a sudden, you drew a bunch of cards, you fixed your hand, you went wide all at the same time, right? And if he does turn off your on plays, eat this 10 cost 12,000 power on my like 7 Dawn turn, right? Like So I think that matchup maybe is likely Buggy favored. I haven't actually played it, but just in my mind, it feels like it should be Buggy favored. And we're gonna have, and even like this, right? Like even this, Teach really can't remove more than one thing a turn typically. So you put this on board and boom, now they can't, Teach can't remove anything you play. So I think this deck is going to entirely come down to the blue-purple matchup. If it gets stomped by blue-purple, it's not playable. If it's 50-50 into blue-purple even, like it doesn't even have to be beating blue-purple. Honestly, if Buggy can find a way to go 50-50 into blue-purple, the deck might be kind of nasty. Might be kind of nasty. And the thing is, again, this card protects you from 9-Mom because it's just removed by the opponent's effects. Like this card is like really good. I think this card is like really, really good. I think all of these cards are like exactly what Buggy needs. He needs cards that become a 5 cost without actually being a 5 cost, because 5 cost is like kind of expensive. And he needs cards that draw him cards, and he needs cards that protect his board from being removed. And he's got all of these. He's got all of these, right? This is like, and he got like 2Ks, right? Like these are like those modular things that do also kind of replace themselves. I mean, this one more so than the other one. Yeah. And they're also 2Ks, so I don't know. I'm hyped on Buggy. I will probably try to cook this at some point. I think it's a little too early to tell if the clown is really cooking or not, but my first impressions are very positive. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy when I just ramble a bit. I appreciate you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.